Hey guys, Moritz here, and for those who don't know, I love movies. I love watching movies, they're awesome, they're spectacular, they're entertaining, and yet even if I don't like every single movie out there, I still collect them. And that's what this video is going to be about, showing you my DVD collection of every single movie that I own. Okay, I'm not going to show you every single movie that I own, but I'm still going to give you an overview of what I own and what movies I have already seen, or in the case of this shelf, I'll show you in just a moment, haven't seen yet. So, let's get over those, shall we? I'm going to start with this shelf over here because these are all films I haven't seen yet. I haven't got around watching them. I'm sorry, I have to put this chair aside for a moment. Yeah, as you can tell right from the start, I have the James Bond movie collection. These are only the first 24 James Bond movies, and not including the latest one, No Time to Die, excuse me. But it does own the first 24. And I have seen the first half as well as up to, Octopussy. So I'm technically over the first half of this 24 pack. Yeah. So, yeah. And here you can see movies and even a few shows like Hannah Montana that I haven't got around watching yet, but I am curious about seeing them. And as you can tell, yeah, there you can see what movies I own. Like there's Cats. Yeah, I don't know why I decided to watch that. And a few other Christmas movies as well, because we're getting close to that time of the year, and these include some really shitty Christmas films out there, including Christmas with the Cranks, because why not? This is one of the worst, or at least most hated Christmas films out there. And I have some other stuff there as well. You can see there's the Da Vinci Code, In the Name of the King, and Halloween 3. And of course there's the Sabrina the Teenage Witch sitcom. I started watching a couple of the episodes and I have seen them, but after the first 2 or 3 episodes, I somehow stopped and didn't return to it afterwards. So yeah, it's gonna take a while before I officially finish this whole box. And here are some other movies I attempt to watch very soon, like maybe not straight away, but later on in the year. As you can tell, I have Grown Ups, there's Crazy Stupid Love, and I Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, and a very, very fascinating case here, The Nutcracker in 3D, because apparently this movie has a reputation of being the most hated Christmas film out there. Like, it has a 0% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. That is a real task to accomplish, I'm telling you. But yeah, I am still curious on how bad this movie may be, even if it doesn't become necessarily one of the worst things I've ever seen. And there are things like some DVD multi-packs, like multi-disc packs that, well, I started watching and I have seen part of the series, but I haven't fully finished the packs. Like, I have seen the first Independence Day film, but I haven't seen the sequel yet, because yes, this is indeed the Independence Day 2 pack. Now, with that said, here is a little box that I made at school, and yeah, I really like this box. And here are some movies like Slither, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's Bridge to Terabithia, and Life of Brian, Children of Men, and the original War of the Worlds. And I'm gonna turn around this little stack here just for you guys to see it. So yeah, there's the original Night of the Living Dead, and there's Ferngully, Mrs. Doubtfire, and Tim Burton's Corpse Bride. Let me give you a good look at that. Again, I'm not going to go into the entire collection of what I own, but I'm still giving you a nice overview as much as I can. So, as we come here to this row, I will say right now I am more into the adult stuff, and this includes this little section here of adult animated films, like especially Nine, Sausage Party, Feliday, and Paprika. And apparently Watership Down is also one of them. I don't know if Transformers 1 will also counts, but I'd still put it there as well, because in my home country it's rated PG-13. And as we get along, you can tell I also own the Star Wars trilogy, the original trilogy on the left, and the prequel trilogy on the right. Then we get along, and here you can see the I own the entire Don Bluth collection. As you can tell, there's The Secret of NIMH, and All Dogs Go to Heaven, Rockadoodle, Thumbelina, A Troll in Central Park, up until to Titan AE. And yes, I own the entire Land Before Time pack with all 14 movies. Yes, there are 14 Land Before Time movies. Sorry, this is just a little model train that I put in there, and my Chippendale Lego brickheads. I'm gonna put those aside so that way you can see the collection a little better. And as you can tell, there's also the the Secret of NIMH 2. I don't have much to say. I own it, okay? And I decided to put in there next to the original because why not? It just fits. It just fits in there. Yeah. And since we're still talking about movie franchises, I also own the entire American Tail movie series on DVD. All 4 movies. Yeah. In my opinion, An American Tail is my favorite Don Bluth movie. Yeah. And we get along right there to the Tremors movie series. Yeah, I own franchises quite a bit. Like, there are just so many franchises out there, and in today's time period, franchises shouldn't be a surprise to movie fans. Yeah. In this little box here, there are, just Disney movies that are either made by Disney or just owned by Disney nowadays, as you can see, because there are also the Blue Sky films like Ice Age, and there's Epic, Horton Hears a Who. I haven't got around watching other things by Blue Sky. Like, I haven't seen Robots in a while, in years, and I never saw Rio, nor have I seen Rio 2, obviously. But yeah, maybe I should get around to those at some point. And one little thing I should mention is that these 3 DVDs are not Disney movies. They're just things that I put in there just to, fill out this area. Because I want to put the Santa Claus trilogy in there once I officially watched all 3 Santa Claus movies, and they are owned by Disney, obviously. Yeah. Now I should also mention that these boxes also contain numerous DVDs, and I will show you each of them one by one what's inside. First of all, I'm going to show you these little boxes that are nice and cute for putting stuff in. Yeah, just giving you an overview. I should also mention that I'm not a very organized person. I just put stuff in, and whenever I need something, I just take it out. And yeah, unless it's, franchises or animated films from a major studio, only then I put it in particular order. Yeah, As you can tell, I own quite a lot of stuff. As you can tell by this one box, I'm not even going to bother counting how many you know, discs and demos that I put in there, because you can tell, you can see I'm stacking shit on top of shit. I should point out that one thing I don't really like about certain covers is, you know, this cardboard like cover around them. Like, it's just pointless. I don't see the point of this, especially when it's just the same cover as the original DVD cover. Why not sell the DVD cover as it is instead of adding this extra, you know, cardboard thing that is honestly just useless. I don't see the point of it, honestly. Then again, this is just my personal opinion, okay? So, that was this box. Next one. In here I own the Illumination films. Again, I haven't seen every single one of them. Like, I haven't seen the Super Mario Brothers movie yet, and I haven't seen Sing 2 yet. And in case I'm missing one, let me know. Yeah. I already showed you the movies that I haven't got around watching yet are right over there. But outside of that shelf, I have seen every single movie that I do own. Let's see, I can have the SpongeBob films, let's see, what else is there? Let Me In, Unstoppable, the Jurassic Park trilogy, the first two Gremlins films, A Few Good Men, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Rock and Rule, The Polar Express, Deja Vu, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Longest Yard, although I'm not sure you can see it by the light. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. But there it is. So, yeah, that was this box. Next one. I don't know if I'm ever going to make anyone jealous, because they have a much larger collection or a much smaller collection, or if anyone is going to be, you know, anyone is going to have an open mouth by saying, "Wow, Martz, you do have quite a bit of a collection." Like, that's seriously a lot. I never thought someone like you can have so many movies, unless you're an actual, like, real moviegoer. You love movies 24/7, you love talking about them, etc., etc. Yeah, I can totally understand that. It's kind of hard to tell what movies are in there because of how, you know, I just stack things on top of each other. But, yeah. Bear with me, guys. It's not too bad. Like, let me just rearrange that. There we go. I am going to show you what I have in here. Let's see. There's Burn After Reading and the original The Producers. What else? Oh yeah, What Women Want. Got that awkward comedy. Let's see. Clock Stoppers and Predator. Oh, might well turn around like this. I should also point out that not every movie that I own is brand new. Not all of them come in the shrink wrap. A lot of them were already owned by other people, and whoever were selling them apparently didn't want them anymore, and yeah, some of them are for a good price, others aren't. And that was that. Now this was just one half of my collection, because I'm in a different room right now, in these drawers of the closet, that I own the second half of my movie collection. And one by one I'm going to show you what I own, including, starting with these. You can see that I have the Pixar films that I currently own, the DreamWorks films, and some other things that I put in there just to, you know, fill out this area. And now I have seen the first 3 Toy Story movies, but I still don't own them yet. But yeah, this is just what I own, okay? I really don't have much else to say about this. Like, this is just my collection, right? And everyone is different, and everyone should just accept for what they currently own, even if it's just relatively small collection. So that was this one. Second one. Okay, I should start with the third one, because the number 2 and number 3 are both something a little bit special. Number 3 is what I call the shelf of bad movies, and even though it's not necessarily a shelf, but whatever. And as you can tell, these include really bad movies, some of the worst movies ever made, and these are films that I consider giving either a 3 out of 10 or less. This is actually something that I was inspired by Animat, aka Electric Dragon 505, and he has something very similar to that on his desk shelf thing, even though it's hidden, and I don't know if I'm going to do something similar to that, but whatever. And yeah, I own some of the worst movies ever made, and other movies that are very close to have that same title. As you can tell, I have Alone in the Dark, House of the Dead, and Blood Rain, some Tom and Jerry stuff, and yeah, I also own Music, and Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Kangaroo Jack, the Free Burger Seltzer parody films like Epic Movie, Date Movie, Disaster Movie, what else is here? Ghost Ship and Playmobil the Movie 2012, Movie 43 and Battlefield Earth. And yeah, I also put Battleship in here, and what else? There's Blumhouse's Truth or Dare and Ghost Dad and Norm of the North. Yes, I watched Norm of the North, unfortunately. And Speed. I hate Speed, I'm sorry. And Lady in the Water. Yeah. This is just one part of that, category. Here I have other things. Please excuse the Sony films. I'll get to those in just a moment. As you can tell, there's The Happening and Inspector Gadget. What else? Not Another Teen Movie, and not sure if you can see that, but there's Slender Man and the Butterfly Effect films, and Biodome, Glitter, White Chicks, and Plan 9 from Outer Space. I wish I could say Plan 9 is a so bad it's good movie, but I just can't enjoy it. I just can't view it the same way other people do, because it's just dull. There's just nothing. I'm sorry. There's nothing which is charming or fun or anything like that. It's just obviously cheap, and not even in a good way at that. Not in a fun way, I'm sorry. And what else? There's the Alien vs. Predator 1 and 2, and The Hot Chick, and Material Girls, and I'm gonna give you a good look at Material Girls, there it is, and The Headless Horseman. Now onto the Sony films. Yeah, I recently just watched the Spider-Verse films not too long ago to be prepared for Smurfs, that recent Smurfs animated film, because I honestly felt like the animation style was trying to cash in on that Spider-Verse-like style while still being its own thing. But yeah, this is my very small Sony animation film collection. Haven't got around seeing any of their other films like Surf's Up or The Mitchells vs. the Machines or anything like that. I haven't even watched Hotel Transylvania 3 and 4 yet, unfortunately. Anyway, on to the final shelf, where I own all the Disney animated films, the classics, as well as some of their direct-to-video sequels, because some of these I actually bought in a 2-pack. As you can tell, this is a cardboard packaging like this, for example. These are all the classics, and as you can tell, I put some other stuff in here just to, fill this little area. Because once I put the Pocahontas 2-pack in here, obviously these two are gonna have to go to here. And once I put another animated classic in here that doesn't have a sequel, it would have it would have to change one way or another as well. And yet I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a little overview of what I do own. With the exception of A Sleeping Beauty, I unfortunately have the current simplistic DVD covers of the Disney classics, the simplistic close-up of one character's face on the cover on a single colored background. Yeah, terrible, lazy covers. But yeah. And of course, these current ones, Raya and the Last Dragon, Encanto, etc. These obviously don't have that kind of issue because they're brand new, and I don't know if they're ever going to change these by doing this very simplistic style here with Moana, for instance. But if that doesn't change, then that's probably for the better. And there you have it. Actually, one last thing, because this is a little box that is sitting here in the corner, and these are currently all the shows that I own and that I have seen of. As you can tell, I have seen the first Hannah Montana season, and yeah. These are some Disney things. I also own a copy of iCarly episodes. Yeah. And these, unfortunately, I could only find 2 Geronimo Stilton DVDs, and unfortunately they don't feature any season 1 episodes because it's, for some reason, it starts off with season 2, and I don't know why, but whatever. At least Geronimo Stilton fans can at least buy something on home media, I guess. And another thing that's kind of disappointing about these DVDs is that each of them only include 4 episodes. Couldn't you at least put in more, with these other ones? At least even 5 is more than, I mean, that is disappointing. Quite lazy, I will even say. But oh well. So, in a nutshell, and in a very compact nutshell, this is basically my DVD collection. I am never switching to Blu-ray because, well, even if there are some good things about Blu-rays, like higher picture quality or the fact that they take less space than a DVD, I'm never switching to Blu-ray because 1, DVDs are cheaper and much easier to find than Blu-rays. 2, almost every movie that's on Blu-ray is also available on DVD. And 3rd, if I were to start collecting Blu-rays, feels like I'm starting from scratch. So yeah, with that said, what do you own? How much do you own on home media? Of course I have to open the gates. I'm really curious how other people I'm really curious about other people's collections because maybe they'll have relatively smaller collection than what I showed. I don't know if you can assume a certain number of DVDs that I own, or at least DVD titles. But if you have a collection that is, you know, almost comparable or even larger, let me know. I'm really curious, guys. So with that said, we come to a close of today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.